Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
I'm the captain.
We're in Andertons. Where are you?
I'm also at
Hello?
Wait, Lee, is that your cupboard of tone?
A cupboard of tone. I love a cupboard of tone. A cupboard of cone. So, welcome to another semi-blindfold challenge here where we haven't actually...
you were going there.
Yes, we haven't actually blindfolded Rob, but we've done basically the next best thing, which is completely obscure from his line of vision. 10 wondrous pedals of joy.
In Lee's giant black erection.
So, for those of you who want to know, here on screen now in this high-tech world that we live in is a list of 10 pedals that have, at some point or other in their illustrious lives, been compared to the mythical Klon centaur.
Boy, I wish I could read them.
And in no particular order, we are going to go in and we have taken this beautiful Friedman pink taco, inappropriately named, or appropriately named, depending on your...
Can I tell them why I wanted that amp?
Why did you want some pink taco, Rob?
Because we just got back from Houston in Texas, and when we were on stage doing a clinic to the wonderful folks in Texas, Rabia whipped this amp out. I was using an SLO 100. And I went, you know what?
Tough.
That is some of the best tone I've ever heard, and I'd never heard one before. So I was like, got to get me some of this taco.
Wow. Well, there we go.
Tobacco.
So what we've done is we're actually, as you can probably see from the mic placement, we're not running the speaker internally in the taco. We're running the 4x12 underneath it, and we have a very mild sort of Marshall-y gain sound for you. Comme ça.
It's the pink tone.
Sounds mint. So, I've set all the pedals. Rob, I'll just let you know, they
Thanks,
have
Lee.
pretty much, let's just have a little look. Actually, they have all got 3 controls.
Okay.
Volume, drive, and tone.
Right.
And I'm going to set them all at 12 o'clock, kick them in, and then you can, as usual, go, oh, can I have a bit more gain,
Right.
bit less gain, bit more whatever. And then what I would like you to do is mark them out of 10 and give me a comment. And I shall scribble on my high-tech green board here, whiteboard, what your score was and what your comment was. And there's
I'm
no
excited.
time limit. You can play whatever. But for the purposes of this demo, this pedal shall be known as number 1.
Number 1 pedal. Well, here's a note. And here's a chord. Man, it's got a lot to live up to because that sounds great as it is. Hit me. Wow. Well, it's just goddamn beautiful.
Should we just stop the video and give that a 10, stop the video and we'll go home?
I'm going to give, I mean, I don't know what more, here's the thing, what more would I want from...
Would you like me to do anything like drive the
can I
volume
have
more?
just
or the...
a little bit more trebly, Tony?
Yeah.
And a hint more of that gainage.
Yeah.
It's just
I just
absolutely
changed.
beautiful.
I changed something halfway through there. I we had both gain and volume on 12. You asked for a bit more gain, so I gave you a bit more gain.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like, so I put the gain back but gave you more volume.
Oh, okay.
So we got more.
So could you put the volume back where it was and then increase the volume?
Yeah.
So
here's
volume back.
where and here's where I put it to.
I mean, it's just one of the best tones.
Here's without, by the way.
Okay, right.
You know. Right.
Nothing is going to sound as good as that pedal.
Give me a score.
I'm going to give that a stonking 9.3.
Wow. And
my comment
Yes,
is
comment.
fabulous. Not sure if I'd need anything else.
fabulous. Doesn't need anything else. Might want to edit that bit shorter. Doesn't need anything pedal else. Numero deux. Let's just put everything at 0. Make sure it's yes, it's all working. So you can disengage your tuner.
Tuner disengaged. Hit me. It's a bit thin. Could you back off some of the treble, please? Mm-hmm. You turn it off a minute. That's better. I'm going to use a word, and I hope this isn't a friend or a family member that makes it spell, but it sounds a little bit fake.
Bit fake.
Yes,
Interesting.
It sounds like a fake version, or it takes away the valve sound and makes it end up sounding a little bit like it's solid state.
Was there anything you'd like me to do to the levels or tones or anything to try and... I mean, what if I gunned it just to see what happened?
I'm really worried now.
Well, this is the best thing, isn't it? Because you don't know if you've just said something about a pedal manufacturer you've never met or someone that is a good friend and...
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Don't say. Okay, back off the gain and boost up the volume.
Okay. Just play.
More volume.
Here it is without. Just...
That's a lot better. That is like twice as good.
Okay, well that's all the volume on this pedal. The gain at about 11 o'clock and the tone at about 2 o'clock.
I think the thing is, this is me shooting pew pew in the dark. It sounds like a germanium job, so it's a bit fluffy and fuzzy. And so what happens when you crank the gain on those is you get that kind of almost analog sound, not analog, almost sort of digital sounding weird compression thing. I think this is really good with all the gain and not too much, all the volume and not too much gain. Can I just moderate this with the fact that I'm incredibly jet lagged and got back from Dallas last night?
And a score out of 10, please.
6.8.
The 0.8 there, just rescued it. Okay.
Pew pew in the
So
dark.
pedal number 3, here's without.
Okay, wait, sorry, let me just engage my volume knobs on this beautiful Gibson SG Standard. Hit me, Lee. Could I have less gain and more volume?
Go.
It's
Sorry, I don't want to, you know,
don't
influence
my mind with your thoughts. So it's got that slightly fizzy marshally edge, but when you push it, it just goes, "Hey, I'm a great pedal. How you doing? You want to come home and just make some noise?"
I'm a great pedal.
Do you come here often?
Hey,
why don't you plug into me and give me? This pedal is made to be played loud. I like it.
Do you want more of anything? Do you want to hit like everything in, or
yeah,
like,
put it all in.
Everything output wise in, and a bit.
Yeah, it's really fun to play this one.
Great.
Yeah,
sorry, I shouldn't influence.
It's got a good
these
cut
things.
to it.
Give it a score and a comment.
8.2.
Wow.
Extremely enjoyable.
Extreme enjoyment.
I have a feeling it's a surprise one. I think it might be. I'm not going to say anything else.
No, go on, say it. It's always good for
I have
this.
a feeling it might be affordable, but just have a great tone.
Affordable? Question mark. Okay, tuner on.
I'm loving these sounds.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So here is again. Can I have more gain?
That's with it.
This is without.
Yeah.
That is amazing, and it took it into 80s rock territory. Here's the thing, though: is that what a Klon is supposed to do?
It's just supposed to. Klon is supposed to give you that kind of that hump in the guitar frequency spectrum where pretty much every guitar player just goes, that's better. That's basically what it does.
I really like it.
Okay.
A+, yes.
A+, yes.
Yes.
And a score?
9.3.5.
9.35. God, we're getting into tenths of a tenth here.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
I'm glad you can decibel.
What your tuner on, please? I'm ready for you, Rob.
Okay.
Here's without.
Hit me.
With.
Okay. That's the volume up, yeah?
Yes.
Maybe this one's better in the key of E. You turned the gain up, didn't you?
I put everything up a bit because it felt like at 12 o'clock the whole thing was a bit underwhelming. So
Well,
I've shifted every knob up to like 2 o'clock.
It's tremendously better now. It reminds me of when I used to own a rat, and it was like half, but you liked the sound.
Was the rat called Ben? And did you write a song about it when it died?
I like this one. I'm going to give this one 7.8.
And have you got a one-liner for it?
I like this one,
I like this one. Fair enough.
but not as much as the others.
I had a dead rat.
Because it's got a really interesting gain thing, but it sounds a little bit empty.
Called Ben. What do you say? Good.
It's
but
got a
empty.
really good gain thing going on
Good gain.
in the high frequencies, but it sounds a little bit empty.
Bit empty.
Yes.
Oh, I've written a whole book about this pedal. Right. Next, tuner on, please.
Tuner's on.
We are at the halfway stage, everybody, so you can
Relax, go get a coffee, maybe
yeah.
order some pizza. If you're in Brighton, I recommend Pizza.
Pedal number 6. Play. Ka-chunk.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. That's from Shampoo Horn.
Is it?
Yes. A bit more gain.
Or volume? Which one?
No, gain. I don't like that. I don't like it when a note bottoms out and it turns into a how.
I'm gonna give you more. I'm gonna give you the gain on 12 o'clock, but more volume, and see what that does.
Okay. There's something about it I like, and there's something about it I don't like, and I'm finding it really hard to find the words. Yeah, articulate what it is about them that I don't like. There's some kind of frequency that's a little bit kind of like it's trebly.
When I say bit I like, bit I don't.
It's nasal. I don't like that. The gain structure's nice.
Nasal, don't like. But gain I do. And a score?
8.4.
8.4 for a pedal you didn't really like.
Well, no, I mean, I said there are bits I liked and bits I didn't like. Don't try and pull words out of my mouth, Captain Lee.
I'm not. I'm just trying to. Fine. Right, tuner on, please.
It is on.
Good man. Number 7.
Do it. That's nice. Yeah, I like it. Can I have more gain? Bit more volume. It doesn't quite fulfill me as a player, but I like it. I'm whelmed. I'm not underwhelmed.
Quite.
I'm not overwhelmed.
Fill me.
I'm whelmed.
I'm whelmed. Score, please.
Scores 7.8.
7.8 doesn't quite fulfill me. I'm whelmed. Anyway, goodbye, you Klon copycat, you. And here we go in at number 8.
That's not his tummy.
Okay, now without wanting to give away anything here, in addition to level, drive and tone, we've got a couple of switches which I will engage.
You're just giving away
just
everything.
to sort of see what they are. Well, I don't know that you're. I think I'd be surprised if you just picked out what this was, given you don't know what any of these are based on that. But anywho, clean tone, please.
You sure that's right?
Well, here you go. You tell me where you like the switches. So here's one way. I should say there was some ambiguity on the website on this particular pedal as to whether or not it actually was a Klon clone. Some people claimed it was.
I'm going to say categorically
some people
that
claimed it wasn't.
It's not a Klon clone. Can I have much less gain and way more level?
Yes.
I think it'll do a thing. That's incredible.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's really, really.
Here's without again.
I reckon that's a mythos.
I'm just going to write that down.
I might be completely wrong.
It's.
But I reckon that's a mythos pedal.
Mythos.
And irrespective of whatever brand it is, because I love all creeds, colours, races, religions, and variants of pedal, I really, really, really like it.
How many reelies was that?
Really,
Really
3.
times 3.
Yeah.
Like it.
Because it does that thing.
Score out of 10, please, Mr. C.
For a 9.2.
Okay, awesome. Right, 2 more pedals to go. Tuner on, please. Right, here we go. Clean sound, please, Mr. C. Tarzan. Oh, splash.
Nice. Did you just add more gain?
Did I or could I?
Did you?
No, I didn't.
It prefers it in the upper frequencies. Could you give it just a touch more gain?
And more volume or just gain?
Just a little bit more volume and a little more gain. It's really good. It's really.
I'm so glad.
It does that Black Sabbath thing really well. Yeah, it's got an authentic vintage tone to it. It's funny when things sound old, but it's got a vintage tone to it. I liked it.
So, score?
8.7.
Right, last one.
Okay.
Woo! Last one, and then we can sum up. Right, this is another one. Can you put the tuner on?
Yep.
This is another one that's got a couple of extra controls on it that I'll just have to sort of decide where best to put them before we
You push my
decide
buttons,
if we
Lee.
like it or not. Okay, so can I get a clean tone? That's handy because the two extra sort of bits that are on this pedal don't appear to do anything. So I guess we'll just leave them somewhere in the middle.
Oh, wait a minute.
Here we go. Right.
Can we maybe put the level up a bit and try again?
Okay.
Switch one. It went darker then. It's added level, then it's a bit brighter. Come on, Lee.
That's the one.
Well, not from when I was a kid, yeah. I like it, man. Thin and weird. Kind of thin and insubstantial.
That's harsh.
I
Okay,
actually
well,
quite really like it. I like elements of it, but then elements of it I don't. I don't know whether it's. I'm saying that because they're all laughing at me, and it's something that I should really like. I don't
no,
know.
it's fine. Really like it. Bit thin. Give it a score.
Oh God, 7.2. I think.
Okay, right. Well, look, I would like if Pete Honore would just throw me a couple of patch cables to. So we're going to sum up without Rob seeing this yet. As you can see, there are 3 pedals on here that scored in excess of 9 points. This one, and this one.
Is it really harsh?
So I'm just going to put. To be honest with you, I only had one pedal which I thought you undermarked, at least for me anyway, because I thought it sounded great, which for the viewers now was this one. I thought that sounded better than the score you gave it. Everything else, I kind of agree with you, but I'm not telling you what that was yet. So we're just going to get a couple of patch cables. Oh, can you put your tuner on?
It's on.
Thanks, man.
Tune.
And we will just, he says, try not to expose the secret. We'll go here. It's all going to get. Who would you be?
And I've got.
So I have put the 3 pedals that Rob scored more than 9 in order. Hopefully you can see them on here now. I haven't particularly put them in any order. And I've left them on whatever the sort of the final setting was that we had, which I'm sort of guessing was Rob's favourite. So now we're just going to do like 20 seconds on each one,
All right.
and for Rob to declare one as the overall winner.
Okay, hit me.
Go.
Next one. First one was better. Next one. Did the first one. That's the best one because
Right.
it's clearer, brighter, more present. Sounds real.
So, in our blindfold, semi-blindfold, Attack of the Clones Klon challenge, the one that you thought was the best was the one, in fact, that we were slightly ambiguous. Oh, put your tuner on. That we were slightly ambiguous about even being a Klon clone. So the winner
Oxblood.
is by Mr. Robert Keeley.
Oh,
is
wow, Keeley.
the Oxblood.
It sounds
Now,
great.
lots of people on the internet say this is a Klon clone, except the Keeley website says it isn't. But perhaps that's just Keeley not
Well, it
wanting to
doesn't
sound
matter.
like...
At the end of the day, when you say clon, you know, what we're talking about a pedal that boosts and does that thing, and that absolutely sounds killer.
So I will just quickly run through who you have offended and who
God.
might love you now.
Wait, who are the other 2?
So in second place from your original marks.
Yes.
No, actually, I'm going to say it. So in first place from your original marks.
Yeah.
So the highest scoring one at 9.35 was a Klon KTR. So it was the only pedal that we had in our lineup that actually is made by the guy who made the original Klon Centaur. So Klon KTR.
Well, I'm glad that I managed to know what a Klon sounds like and put it right at the top.
Well done. The second one with 9.3 was the Tumnus by Wampler, which again has been unbelievably popular, and most people would probably agree with you that is an excellent, excellent clone. The winner overall, which you actually marked in third place with 9.2 originally, but won when we did the side-by-side shootout, was the Keeley Oxblood.
And is that the one that sounded really dark and dirty, first of all, the fuzzy one?
Yeah, that was the one which has 2 extra switches, one called fat and one called clipping, and it was very easy to make this sound very muffled, and we essentially, I found a kind of a slightly thinner mode and turned the tone up a bit, and it sounded good.
So can I just see how you set it, because I'm really interested. Right, yeah.
So that's that one. Other things that were interesting. So the one you liked the least, who has scrapped you off of the Christmas card list, was the Walrus Voyager.
That's a shame. I'm a big Walrus fan.
Yeah. The other ones which I thought you marked very fairly indeed. The Ryra, which I think stands for Repair Your something amp.
Rock
Your Repaired Amp. Funny. Anyway, Ryra, which is super, super popular, and visually is, without doubt, has the same knobs that a Klon Centaur would have. So I'm surprised that
You've got to have the same knobs for it to sound the same, haven't you?
The most affordable one in our range was the Bad Horse, from Tone City, which you gave 7.8 and said, I like this one. I had a dead rat called Ben, and the gain was a bit empty. Anyway, so that's the Bad Horse.
Right. Oh my God.
Another very affordable pedal, which I now can't find. Oh, there it is. Another very affordable pedal, which again was one of the very first mass sort of produced super popular pedals to do the clone thing, was the Electroharmonic Soul Food. That you gave 8.4. That was the one I was really surprised, because I didn't think you were really liking that, and you gave it a really high score. You said, I don't like the nasally bit, but I like the gain structure. You gave that 8.4. Then we had, this was the one I thought you underscored. I thought the J-Rocket Archer Icon sounded great.
Right.
Like really good, really smooth, and was one of my favourites, and you gave it 7.8 and said it didn't fulfill me.
I don't like things that fill up all the space and the sound. I like it to brighten, crispen, and kind of just make my playing a bit easier. I like things that are really forgiving.
Then,
oh God.
Then the Keeley Oxblood was next. The Mythos Mjolnir was in there.
Oh, come on!
It was in there.
What did I give it?
You gave it 2.1 and said whoever invented that must be deaf. No, you didn't. You didn't really say that. That got 8.7, so that was in 4th place.
And what did I say about it?
You said it's really good. Does Sabbath, sounds old.
Oh, that's the Sabbath one. Interesting.
Sounds old. I like the Mythos.
It had the vintage sound to it.
Yeah.
Well, it does.
And lastly, for fun, was a JHS modded version of the Soul Food. It didn't appear that JHS really did a clone anymore. They're on their web, like if you go on the internet, there's like some discontinued old pedal that they say was more clonny. So we decided we wanted JHS in the mix because we like their pedals. And you said, I really like it, but it's a bit thin, and then you only gave it 7.2.
Which one's the most expensive then?
Oh, do you know what? Now you're asking. I don't think any of these are insanely. Probably the Klon KTR. So the most unobtainable one, because the dude that makes the Klon stuff just does these in runs like every few months.
Yeah.
And they're always sold out super fast, and I think go for about £300 or $300 more.
$269.
I'm so sorry. That's £30 out. Anyway, whatever. But so these aren't always available. These aren't available through retail, sadly, as I've yet again shot a video which has done me out of a pedal sale. But if you can get these second-hand or whatever, that's how I got mine. I bought mine second-hand from somewhere.
How much is that Oxblood then?
I don't know. I'll need somebody with access to Tinterweb.
Peter Honore.
I know the Tumnus has just come down in price, so the little Diddy Tumnus is £140.
I care about the Oxblood though, Lee.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm finding it.
You sell those, don't you?
Yes, we do.
We sell
everything except for the Klon KTR.
Right.
Damn it. How much?
$199.
$199. I think a lot of these pedals are around about the £200 mark, except for the cheap ones are the Tone City Bad Horse, which is £40, and the non-modded Electroharmonic Soul Food, which is about 60, 70? £76 was the Electroharmonic Soul Food. So, you know...
Well, you know who the winner was here?
You? Me.
No, Pink
the world.
Taco. Pink Taco and Gibson, man.
Oh yeah, the pink. I mean, I think
Great
they're
combo.
great. Ooh, catch.
Great combo.
So there we are. There's my final scores.
Well, I'm glad that I did my job, because that's my job. I've been Rob Chapman.
It's for 2 videos in a row now where we've chosen the actual pedal that the shootout was supposed to be
Well,
emulating.
I didn't. I chose the Oxblood rather than the actual
yeah, that's
thing.
true.
So I didn't.
1.5
But
videos
You're
in a
welcome,
row.
Mr. Keeley, and I'd look forward to one
Yes,
day
well done,
meeting
Robert, and the team at Keeley.
Yeah, we
You're
robbers stick together.
great.
you. Pew pew.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.